My sons, Charles and Henry, were born a year apart. They were the sun and moon of our lives. Our family might have been poor, but we were rich in love. Ernest would fix a bicycle and put a red bow on it for our little ones. Then they would ride around the house with the wind blowing through their hair until sunset. Watching them, I knew I loved Ernest more than anything in the world. When Charles was 13 and Henry 12, we decided to move to the city. We sold Ernest's shop for a meager $5,000 and bought a small house with a mortgage. Ernest promised the boys a better life, and despite the long hours at the factory, he never wavered in his promise. I'll never forget the look on Charles' face when he saw his new room with the bunk beds. "This is a dream come true," he whispered, hugging me tight. The city was tough, but we pulled through. We scrimped and saved, sending our boys to good schools and making sure they had new clothes and shoes. We also joined the church choir, where Ernest's beautiful singing voice would fill the sanctuary every Sunday. One day, tragedy struck. Ernest was diagnosed with a rare disease. His skin started to turn a sickly yellow, his eyes dark circles under them. We had to sell the house and move back to Spring Creek. It was humiliating for me, but Ernest never complained. In fact, he encouraged me to find joy in the small things. "We may have lost our home," he told me, holding my hand, "but we still have each other, and that's all that matters." He was right. After his death, though, the world turned cold again. At the funeral, I kept replaying the message on my phone, my mind searching for answers. Was this some kind of sick joke? Was Ernest still alive? Or was someone trying to scare me? The message came from a burner phone, the type with no caller ID. Whoever it was wanted to remain anonymous. Days turned into weeks, and the mystery only deepened. I tried to move on, to focus on my grief, but the fear wouldn't go away. My sons, Charles and Henry, were no help. They barely even acknowledged the message. Charles went back to his studies in the city, while Henry stayed home, helping me with groceries and bills. But he spent most of his time playing video games or hanging out with friends. I felt isolated, like a tiny boat tossed in a stormy sea. Then strange things started happening. I'd find items in the house that I knew Ernest had placed there before his death, like a love letter he'd written me or a picture of the three of us from our happier times. It was as if he were trying to communicate with me from beyond the grave. Was I losing my mind? Or was Ernest trying to send me a message? One night, unable to bear the torment anymore, I called the number from my husband's phone. It was disconnected. I tried again the next day and the following week, but always got the same result. Just when I was about to give up, the line crackled to life. A gruff voice said, "Hello." I froze, unsure what to say. "Is this Henry?" I asked, my voice shaking. "Who's asking? Please come see me." "I know about your husband." The voice hung up before I could respond. I looked at the number. It wasn't a local call. It was from the city where Charles lived. Should I trust him? Was this really Ernest? My mind raced as I dialed the number. If this was a trap, I didn't want to lead the police to me. Could Charles be involved? As I waited for an answer, memories of the funeral flashed through my mind. Did my sons know more than they were letting on? Had they orchestrated this elaborate hoax? Tears streamed down my face as I reached out to call Charles. Maybe he could help me make sense of this nightmare. My heart pounded against my ribs like a trapped bird. "Trust no one." Ernest's words echoed in my ears. But who was I supposed to trust then?